Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Happy Friday.
Hi.
Happy Friday. So we are here, Becky and I are here again on this Friday edition of why we're so excited about what has been happening over the past couple of weeks. And today we're going to talk about solely our travel platform that we launched just a couple short weeks ago, essentially, and why we're so excited about it, why we think everyone needs to take a look at this, why we think you're going to benefit from this. You're going to save money, save time, like all the things. So we're just going to talk to you a little bit about that today and give you some examples. And then, after you watch this video, get with the associate that shared this and jump on board. You do not want to miss the boat with this. So, our travel platform is something that fits the bill for everybody. Okay. So whether you are someone that loves to travel, I always say you're a bougie traveler, or you travel, maybe it's once a year with the family. Maybe it's, their bucket list, like you're every other month, you got a vacation planned, like, or maybe you're someone that's like, I only go places because I'm forced to because of my kids and their travel sports, travel dance, travel soccer, travel baseball, basketball, right? You're booking hotels, you're in and out, you're doing the hockey weekends, like you are constantly spending a lot of money for your kids to do things. And then to top it off, you're spending a lot of money on hotels because hotels are not cheap these days. So you might fall into that bucket. And then some of you are like, you know what? I would love to take one vacation a year, but the cost and the cost of it just makes me a little worried. The cost of it is something I can't, I feel like I have to save for a year, or I have to save for 2 years to take my family somewhere. If you fall into any of these buckets, this travel platform is going to be for you, and it's going to help benefit you. No, Becky or I are travel agents. We are not travel agents. We are not booking anything for you. This is a platform that is going to give you a really great, smooth, easy experience, and it's going to save you money in the back end, and it's going to reward you in the end as well. So Becky and I have a couple examples of what we want to show you, what we kind of found, because I have a lot of people that go to Florida for spring break, or they go to Florida just because, or they take a beach vacation wherever. Maybe it's outside of Florida. But this particular example is Artronaut Travel versus a big third party booking site that we can't name. And if you look here, when you're going to this location, Florida Keys, for 1 week, and you book through our travel platform for one room versus the big third party, you're going to save over $3,000. $3,000 for your family of four, essentially, to go here. So two adults, two kids. So you're going to save over $3,000. Who wouldn't want to save that money on the back end to then buy for souvenirs, do excursions, or do whatever, or maybe just pocket that money and save it for the next vacation, right? So this is a really popular place that a lot of individuals will go to for spring break, like I said, or just because, or maybe you fly south for the winter. This is another really great option if you're staying in hotels that you can save yourself some money.
All right, I'm going to talk about this one for a second. You're not going to hear me shut up about this over the next year. So one of the places I've always wanted to go, but I haven't gone because it's cost prohibitive to fly there and stay there, is Aruba. If you've never looked into Aruba, the water is absolutely beautiful. It's been a place I've always wanted to go, but usually we stick to Riviera Maya and places that are a little bit less expensive so we can take more vacations. Well, when I started looking into this, I was really excited because if you're part of this vacation club for an entire year, they give you a voucher that you can use to book a free trip. This trip is usually around $1,500 to $2,000, but there's places on this list that we're going to show you in a minute that are more than that. Here's an example. This particular all-inclusive resort in Aruba, booked on Tronaut Travel, is $2,863. I went to a super popular, probably the most popular, we are not allowed to mention the name of the resort or the search engine that we used. But if you want to know, I have all this stuff saved behind the scenes. I can totally tell you. It's like, it's not a secret at all. So this exact same resort is, and this is really tiny for me to see on my screen, but is $7,000 for the week. Same exact resort booked on a popular search engine. I think that's right? I just
6,000.
6,000.
Yeah.
It was tiny. Now I blew it up. Now I can see it. So that is absolutely insane. And it's one of the free voucher options. So Chad and I both enrolled for Trinot Travel. We have 2 different subscriptions, one under me, one under him. So next year, we are going to get 2 free rooms to, this is the place that I'm eyeing up. It's one of the free voucher locations. It is booked half price, if not a little less than that, actually, on Trinot Travel compared to a popular site. Super excited about that one. Always wanted to go there. And it's been cost prohibitive for us. So that is one that I am super excited about. But you may be saying, okay, Beck, we don't leave the country. Like we don't do that. Okay. Let's say you've got 3-4 kids. How about taking a trip down to Orlando and getting a condo where you can have your own kitchen, make your own food, and just go do the things that you need to do around the area. You guys, I picked a week. This is like February, anytime in February, a whole condo for a full week in Orlando, $309. Oops, I accidentally have the names on there. Don't look at those. $309, $391, $441 in Orlando for a condo. Okay. We won't tell anybody I accidentally left the names on there. All right. These condo prices are unbelievable. Now you're like, okay, Becky, I don't go to Orlando. I don't go to Disney. I don't either, but I'm a big beach girl. So let's go a little bit further south to Miami Beach. Oh shoot, I left the names on there again. That was a mistake. $700 or less for a week in Miami Beach in a condo. I mean, that is insane. All right, here, we'll get a little bit more covert here. No names listed on this one. Now, if you don't go to Florida, you don't travel much, but maybe you want to take the grandkids or your kids to the Milwaukee Zoo. I found this very popular hotel chain, and I kind of accidentally left the addresses on there. So it is the exact same place, exact same time frame. I picked the first weekend of June. You know, kids are starting to get out of school. You can see on Trinot Travel, it was only $217. On the actual hotel website, it was $337. And on the very popular search engine that everybody uses frequently, it was $333. So you're saving over $100 some for that entire weekend in Milwaukee. That is absolutely crazy.
And just to piggyback off that, we spend a lot of our weekends in Milwaukee for ball. And I was kind of comparing different locations and things like that. And, like I said, you spend a lot of money up front for things, for work, for sports, for pleasure, whatever. If you're going to the Dells, you're going to spring break, like now you get to save that money on the back end to then put back away for something else, whether it's savings or just, using it as souvenirs, gas to get there, whatever, flights, plane tickets, whatever that looks like. I did want to share too, an example, and I should have sent this, but I was looking up an example for somebody the other day that is going to the Dominican Republic, and with the specific hotel she gave me, the dates is this November, and between some very popular third parties, very popular, can't say them. One I use all the time, and I'm pretty sure a lot of individuals do. Ours was about $500 less than what she was looking at. $733 versus, let me find, gosh, it's like I can't see. I think I'm going to need cheaters one of these days because I can't. So, excuse me. Hers was, ours was $998 total for the week. Hers was $1,300 total for the week. So that's $300. $300 is $300. That's going to save you. There was another location that she was looking at, and that one was $2,200, and ours was like $1,000. So that's $1,100. That's $1,100. So I have these screenshots if you want to see them, and you can kind of compare and contrast, because like we said in the beginning, we're not scoring points for for sharing this. We are literally trying to help individuals save money, save from a headache of, looking around when you can just boom, go here, go in. It's super easy, quick. I booked our Provo hotel coming up in spring, in March with this platform. Super quick, easy. And like Becky said, at the end of the day, we have individuals within our team that have used this 2, 3, 4 times already to book things out that they're planning for vacation or family reunions or whatever. And they've already covered the cost of what your subscription price. They've already covered it. And they're getting up to $2,000 voucher to use next year. Like, in my brain, I'm like, who wouldn't want this, right? It's just wild. So speaking of the vouchers, Becky was going to pull up the options, because a lot of people ask, well, where can I use this voucher? Does it expire? What, things like that, and get with the associate that invited you to check this out, and they'll share more with you on the details of it. But Becky pulled this up, and I was like, is Hawaii literally on here? Because those of you know Hawaii is on my bucket list. I want to go to Hawaii. I want to see Hawaii. I want to say I've been there. And it's on this one of the options to use my voucher, $2,000. So, and I know Becky was going to name a couple others. So if you're like, well, I don't leave the country.
For sure. There's lots and lots of locations within the United States, Naples, Miami, Orlando, like you name it. There's a ton on here. But if you're a little bit more adventurous and you want to use your free voucher to go outside of the United States, we have Asia, China, India, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Maldives, the Philippines, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Thailand, you name it. It's all on here. Caribbean, tons of Caribbean in here. South America, Africa, Europe. Let's see. Yep.
You saying this, I'm even thinking of individuals who go on mission trips, and how this is going to save you money getting over there to help people. And I just think I think this is just crazy that we have, to think outside the box of like tropical, right? Where are you going to see family, to see friends, to go see the world, or just go to a Packer away game, and you want to use your travel platform? Boom, you can. There you go. Or a baseball game or whatever. Some people just travel to see different NFL field or NFL stadiums. This is a perfect option for you, right? So thinking, we wanted to come on and share a little bit more about this and the examples that we have and that we're finding, and that this is more than just for the big, elaborate, once in a lifetime vacations. This is just for the everyday person that wants to travel or doesn't feel like they can afford to travel. Now you have an option using this travel platform. So I'm excited.
Me too. All right. If you guys have questions, just shoot them down below. We're totally going to answer those for you. If you're curious on some things, we can look up things for you and share the names of things with the dates and everything. Just from a compliance standpoint, we can't do that publicly, but we certainly can do it behind the scenes. So definitely let us know. All right. Have a great Friday night. I know, Chris, you're heading out for fish fry. I'm going to sit on my couch.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.